All right, my friends, here we go. So we know about pennies, we know about nickels, we know about dimes, and we know about quarters. Today we're going to practice counting on from dimes and quarters. So the dime, remember, it's the smallest one, it's silver, and it has rigid edges. Now, it is worth 10 cents. Remember, this is a sign for cent. It's a C with a line through it, 10 cents. That means it is the same as having 10 pennies. It's the same thing. Remember, each penny it's worth 1. So when we put them together, we can make 10 cents. But when we see a dime, we know that that's just 10. Remember, it's kind of like how if we have a 10 frame, we know that that's just 10. Same thing. With our dime, we know that that's just 10. Here we have 10 pennies. We can see that there are 10 pennies and in 1 dime. Okay. A quarter is worth 25 pennies. So let's count to see how many pennies we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Here we have 25, straight back, big belly with a hat on top, cents. Remember the cents sign, it's a C with a line through it. Okay, so we have 25 cents in pennies, or we could just look right here. Remember, this is the biggest coin. It's silver. It has George Washington on it. We could just look here and we just know there's 25 cents just in that quarter. So when we look at a dime, we say 10 cents. When we look at a quarter, we say 25 cents. All right, so let's look down here. Let's say that we had 1 quarter and 5 pennies. How much money do we have? Well, let's look. So we know that a quarter, it has 25. So we can just start with 25. We say 25, and then we're going to count on 26. That's 1 more because a penny is 1 more. 27, 28, 29, 30. Whenever we have a quarter, we always start with 25. We always start with 25. Now, let's say that we have 1 dime and 3 pennies. When we're looking at a quarter, we start with 25. But when we're looking at a dime, we start with 10. We know that. We start with 10 when it's a dime. Remember, the dime is the little one, the quarter is the big one. 10 cents, 25 cents. And when we see pennies, that means we're adding 1 more. So when we're asking how much money in all, we start with 10 and we go on 11, 12, 13. We know that 1 dime, 10, plus 3 pennies equals 13 in all. We know that 25 cents, 1 quarter, plus 5 pennies equals 30 cents in all. All right. So looking at your page, looking here, up at the very, very top, we see that we have 1 dime and 2 pennies. So our question is, how many in all? So we start with 10, remember, because a dime you always start by saying 10. Now let's count on 11, 12. We know that 1 dime and 2 pennies equals 12 cents in all. Now we'll look down here. This is a quarter, and we know that when we see a quarter, we say 25. We start with 25 cents, always. Always jump to 25 when you see a quarter. So we start by saying 25, and we're adding 3 pennies. That means we're going to jump by ones. Here we go. So we'll start with 25 because it's a quarter. 26, 27, 28. So we know that 1/4 and 3 pennies equals 28 cents in all. Remember, friends, when we see a dime, we know that we don't have to count by ones. We just know that's a group of 10. When we see a dime, we know that's a group of 10. When we see a quarter, we know that's a group of 25. We know that already. We don't have to count by ones. We know it's a group of 25. Okay, my friends, so here we go. So today you guys are going to be doing the same thing we've been doing. So we started with 25 because it's a quarter. If you forget, it's right here. You can look. Oh my goodness, I forgot how much a dime is. What number do I start at? Let's look up here. Oh, that's right, 10 cents. We start at 10. I forgot how much a quarter is worth. I need to look up here and find out. Here we go, 25 cents. And you're counting on, just like we were doing. On the back side, same thing. There's no challenge problem at the end. You're just counting on to find out how many in all, how much money in all. Then you're going to be doing this one. This one might be a little bit harder. This is kind of our challenge problem, okay? So this has quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies, okay? So you need to know all of those, okay? So you might have to, think about these ones a little bit. You might have to draw numbers. You can do it though. Okay, now down here, same thing. Again, if you forget, oh look, right here, a dime, how much is that worth? 10 cents, we start with 10. A quarter, how much is that worth? Oh yeah, 25 cents, we start with 25. Please put your names on all these pages. Even though there's not a place for it, put it right there. There's space. All right, sweet friends, go ahead and get to work.